Today we are going to discuss about elements of poetry. So we have said that literature is an interpretation of life and that life shapes itself in the mind of the interpreter. So what happened when we discuss about literature? It becomes an interpretation of life. It describes life and shapes life itself. How life shapes itself when literature interpreted it in the mind of the reader or the writer. When then it has to be asked, it is the essential element in the interpretation of the which we describe as poetical. So what happened, we are described literature in the form of poetry. So the poetical, everything will be poetical. We have only to think carefully of the connotation of the word poetical. What is the actual meaning of the word poetical? And the answer will at once suggest itself. So by poetical we understand the emotions and the imagination. So what we understand with the what is the connotation we get from the word poetical? It is emotions and imaginative. In this sense we use the word in current conversation to describe a person. What we describe a person, a book, whatever its subject or form or picture, an idea thrown out of the talk by the poetical interpretation of life. Therefore, we mean the treatment of its fact, experience, problem in which the emotions and imaginative elements predominate. So, what happened when we talk about poetry or when we discuss life in the form of poetry or through poetical medium? What happened? We discuss life and its problem, but with the help of emotions and imagination. So it is one of the chief characters of poetry than that whatever it touches in life, it relates to our feelings and passion, which at the same time by the exercise of imaginative power it both transfigure existing realities. So what happened when powers, what is the power of poetry? It's the power of poetry is feeling and passion, and then the imagination mix the both things, and then the mixture of these things will become the existing, will express the existing reality and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Hence the emphasize through sundry of the definitions we have quoted upon the emotional and imaginative attribute of poetry. So in the last video we have discussed numerous definitions of poetry, and we discussed that how different writers and how different poets have described poetry in different forms. So hence Bacon conception of poetry as the ideal handling of life which lends some shadow of satisfaction in the mind of man in those points, whatever of nature of things doing denied. So sorry for the interruption. So what we have, the fully significance of poetry as an interpretation of life through imagination and feeling will be made apparent when we come present to deal with its reality of poetry and science, and with the properties of poetic truth, another aspect of the matter which has first to be considered. So the full significance, what we are discussing about the various significance of poetry, in which the interpretation through the feelings and imagination is the utmost priority, and then we present the relationship of poetry and science. What happened? What Hudson expressed the poetic truth, then with the properties of poetic truth. So when we speak of imagination and feeling, what happened? The predominating in poetry, we mean to distinguish these and general and constant characteristics of the poetry treatment of life. So poetic treatment of life is the utmost important while discussing about poetry in the form of imagination and feeling. Imagination and feelings are the utmost priority while discussing poetry, and constant characteristics of the poetry treatment in life, but we do mean to say their presence even in the highest degree in itself sufficient to constitute poetry. We express life through poetry. When we express the problems of life through poetry, it constitutes poetry more significant. We may regard them as essential qualities of all true poetry, and we may insist that without them even that which offers itself for poetry and is commonly accepted as such, must as lacking them differentia. Be profound, one worthy of the one name, but they are not only the essential qualities, because they may exist in what we should agree to call poetic prose, which is not the less to be denominated prose because it possesses these poetic attributes. Now we know that there are different mediums, there are different ways to express poetry. So one of the ways is a poetic prose. In the prose we just have verses, and then verses will express itself through the medium of poet, through the medium of poetic, and through the imagination and feelings of poets, imagination and feelings of poet. The writer is the utmost priority given by every author. The writer has got the upper hand in writing poetry, or in writing prose, or in writing drama, or whatever medium we have. So what we have, the common way of looking at this matter seems to be perfectly sound. So this is much poetry which is purely prosaic. There is much prose which is markedly poetical, but a dividing line between prose and poetry still exists. If we express poetry in the form of prose, it doesn't mean that it becomes it will become something else. It will be remain poetry, because there is a huge difference between the prose and poetry, and there is a noticeable difference between existing between prose writing prose and writing poetry. What does this imply? It implies the poetry specifically so termed in the particular kind of art, then it arises only when the poetic qualities of imagination and feelings are embodied in a certain form of expression. So what happened when the poetic qualities, what are the poetic qualities of imagination and feelings are embodied in the certain form of expression? So what is the medium? Whatever is the medium we need to express, poetry is the medium to express feelings and imagination of the writer. So the form is of course regularly rhythmic language of meter. Without this we may have the spirit of poetry, we may have the externals of poetry without its spirit. In its fullest and complete sense, poetry presupposed the union of the two. So when we mingle poetry with the prose, then we get what we get. Then again poetry will be the dominant. Why? Because it consume both things, feelings and imagination. Then it occurs in the form of two we can combine both poetry and prose, and then we can easily gauge that this writing means poetry, and these lines means prose. But predominant factor is that poetry has its own significance and its own power. So we always understand that why poetry is written, and why poetry is written in the form of prose. So this is what the element of poetry. We will come up next with some other topics. What will be the next topic? The next topic would be the poetry as a form of art, and poetry and meter. Fine. So till then, take care.